Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Pedestal Society. My name is Brielle. I'm just loading Instagram and YouTube. Let's see if everything's working properly. Just let me know if you can see and hear me. Make sure that you can hear me because I want to make sure that my audio isn't muted for YouTube. So I need someone to just drop something down. Just let me know that you can see and hear me on YouTube. I'm going to wait a little bit because something's been going on with Instagram. Instagram has been some issues. So we're going to try to stay live for the entire time today because we're going to have fun today. Like if anything is my favorite topic, it's talk about men that provide. That's my favorite topic. I literally have notes today, and I normally don't have notes because I don't need notes. But when it comes to giving you the lay of the land and teaching you how to land a provider in 2024, I know my game. One, I'm married to a provider. I've been a stay-at-home mother and wife for over 23 years, and I consider myself a pedestal wife. So I'm just teaching you my ways from personal experience in my own marriage. So let me make sure that you can hear and see me. Hey, Key88. Hey, Mandy G. Hey, Amina. Hey, Daisy B. Hey, Hepburn. Hey, girl. Hey, Princess. I don't want to see her mess it up. My daughter left that door open, and I can tell. All right, so they're aggravating. Okay, so on Instagram, I've already been told that they can see and hear me. I need to make sure from YouTube, can you see me? Can you hear me? Is everything great on YouTube so we can jump into the conversation? Then we're going to talk about how to land a provider in 2024. The reason why this is so important is because we're getting ready to go into a recession. Some of you are like, oh my gosh, a recession. People aren't going to have money. Let me explain something to you. Some of us have created our own economy and we are the money. We bring in money. So that's not a concern. The people who will be getting married in the recession, they will be the ones who are financially stable. So you do want to get married in 2024, 2025, because a lot of the men who aren't and cannot afford you, they will not be thinking or seeking marriage during this time. Now, are there going to be men out there who are seeking a woman they can attach themselves to because they don't have anything? Yes. But of course, you're part of this platform. We do not play about men providing. I have no room for men who don't provide. That is not this platform. If you want to go 50-50 with the man, you possibly need to seek out another platform because that's not what this platform is about. And I know we have a lot of new people that's coming into the platform and they're confused about what we stand for. My name is Braille. I'm a pedestal wife. I've been a wife for 23 years. I've been taken care of the entire time. I've also had a job, but my money is my money. His money is my money. So I operate from that mentality. And we are happily, joyfully in a great marriage, divine union. Okay, we're the complement of each other. So Bethany says, I want to provide a man. So this is a video for you. Only thing I'm going to need you to do, if you all on Instagram don't want me to end the live stream, mid-live stream, one of the things I want you to do is click that link in my stories and go over to YouTube and like the video. Like the video. Everyone go like the video so that YouTube knows that we're live over here. I didn't even know that mattered. But now I'm starting to realize if I don't let YouTube know we're live, the video gets pushed down the algorithm and it doesn't get suggested. But let's talk about how to land a provider in 2024. First of all, this is if you're very sensitive or you get triggered easily, girl, come back to another video because this video I'm about to give it to you in the way that you're going to need it so that you can level the fuck up and that you can land a provider in 2024 because you're going to have to level up. Stop walking around looking like the cat drug you out. Your feminine brain is giving independent woman, and I don't need a man, when your feminine brain should be bringing and attracting high quality men who can take care of you. So if you haven't leveled up, you haven't thought about leveled up, you don't care what you looks like, you're always talking about, I don't want to be a sexual object, then you don't want a provider. Because men are going to always look at you in a sexual way. Get over it. Get over it. You can definitely get a man that is going to respect that eventually, because this is the way men operate. They look at you as though you're the cookie until you become a woman. And we'll get into that. They look at you as the cookie until you become a woman. So you're going to have to get out of your own way. Some of you are talking about, I want to land providers, but you look like the cat drug out. That you look like the independent woman that don't need no man. You look like and act like the person that's repelling the type of energy that you desire. So first of all, level up and level the fuck up. Stop sitting here talking about, oh my gosh, they treat us like sexual objects. Men are visual creatures. They're going to look at you as though you're the cookie. Right now, you're a walking vagina until you become a woman in their eyes. And the only way that you become a woman is them getting to know you and getting to know what you stand for and getting to know the type of woman that you are. But until then, you're just a cookie. Go out and socialize. No one is coming to kidnap you at your house. No one is coming to grab you up in the middle of the night and take you to a man. And if he does, it's not going to be one that's going to be of love and happiness. It's not going to be one that you're going to desire. Stop thinking that if I don't go out, if I just keep going to those 3 same places you've been going the entire time, which is what you've been doing. You've been going to work, you've been going to your family, you've been going out with your friends. And all these places are not places where provider men will be. So get out and socialize. Get on the internet. You only really got 3 options in this game. Either you're going to get out and socialize and go to your event, or get online and date, or your family is going to introduce men to you. If you don't have those options, there's no hope for you to land a provider in 2024. You're not going to be able to accomplish it. So get out and socialize. Go to events. Go to places where you want your husband to be. Go to places where you want to meet a high quality man. Go to events. Go to galas. Go to conferences. Go to business conferences. Get out your house. No one is coming to kidnap you. And if they do, it will not be pleasant. Go on dates, at least 10 dates. When it comes to dating, you need to be dating and vetting. You don't need to be just going on dates to see how it is. You don't need to be going on. You have a mission. You're moving with intention. You have a purpose with 2024, and it is to land a provider man, a man who's going to provide for you and take care of you, who's going to propose to you and give you the world. You do not have time to just be going on dates to get the experience. Fuck the experience. You're going on dates so that you can meet the guy that's going to be your person. It's going to give you divine union. It's going to be your complement. So stop going out here thinking, I'm just going for experiences. Fuck that experience. Do you want a provider in 2024 one's going to make and add to your life, a man who's going to add value to your life? Or do you want to continue this process every year and never land the provider? Like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So date and vet. Go look at all the vetting videos that I have on YouTube for free. I literally have a lot of vetting videos on free to what to look for, what to ask. I have Vetting 101. You can grab that program while you're not investing in yourself. And my programs literally are actually priced well for the market, which means they're not overly priced. So go on dates, date and vet. Figure out what he needs from you. I don't care how beautiful you are. I don't care if your sex is great. I don't care what you think you offer to a man. A lot of times you don't even know what you offer. You don't have any idea what you offer. Men are not just giving to you as far as your beauty and giving you all the resources. I want you to think of that man who's married that young girl, and he went against his family to do so. He went against his children to do so. He went against his ex-wife to do so. That's the type of woman you need to be. But how you're going to be, I'm going to teach you how to be that woman, that he's going to do illogical things because he's emotional. So we're going to get there. But you need to figure out, what does that man want for you? Figure out what he needs from you and why he wants you. That's so important. I'm going to give you a question for free that every one of you all need to ask every man that you have interactions with, especially if you want him to provide for you in 2024. What he appreciates in men. Now, in Energetically Feminine, you have all of the questions, because it's going to be important that you realize, yes, women bring the feminine intangibles. Right now, you're the cookie. You're the cookie. You're the walking vagina. That's all you are to him, until you're able to pull him in and create an emotional response for him instead of a logical one. Right now, you're going on dates and you're only getting logical responses. A man is not going to give his entire world just because you're beautiful. There has to be more to it, and there is. That's the thing. That's the missing piece of it. A lot of women think, oh, I'm beautiful. I don't have to do anything. And I'm going to be able to attract those men in. I'm going to tell you, you're a damn fool, because it's not going to work. Men do not give up their resources and give up everything they work for just because you're beautiful. There are tons of beautiful women out here. You're just one of many. Right now, you're the cookie. And you don't even know how to create an emotional response out of a man, so he'll do illogical things. Why do you think men go around giving up everything to that young, beautiful thing? You think because she's beautiful. Right now on TikTok, they have a whole trend talking about a hard wig and a soft wife. And I can tell you right now, as a woman who's an expert in making men illogical and emotional and wanting to give up their resources to me, that is not the whole game. That is not what it is. That's not what's creating that illogical, emotional response that you're getting from men, where he'll sign over his house for you. He'll sign over his car. He'll give you his 401k. Instead of you asking for chump change, but some of y'all are so thirsty for money, you'll ask for chump change. You'll ask for chump change when you can get millions out of a man. Like, why are you asking for half of everything when you get millions out of a man? A man will give his life, his world, his being, his resources, his 401k, his insurance policy, and everything will be given to you. But y'all over here selling for chump change. You selling for a little old stank $20, $200, a stank little $100. Some of y'all are here selling for $40. I talk to men also. My family is full of men, and they talk about how women are willing to give everything up for free and giving a cookie away for free, when at this point you're trying to land a provider in 2024. Why the fuck are you sitting here giving your cookie away for free? You a damn fool. And the more that my siblings, because I have mostly brothers, the more my uncles, I have uncle, more of the male men that are in my family, and they talk about how they get things for free from women. And the women don't understand the power that they hold. You don't understand the power, the things that a man will give to you. You don't have to ask for chump change. You don't have to go and get the $20. You don't have to get the $40. So why in the hell are you selling for less than what you're worth? Right now, that's the reason why a lot of men look at you as though you're the cookie. You're the walking vagina, because you do not know how to create that emotional, illogical response for them. Men have fought wars over women. Men have given up their resources for women. Men have given up everything they work for women. And you're telling me we're in this place in life where none of us know how to create that? Bet. Like the young people say, bet. I got you today. We're going to talk about that. Stop sitting here trying to jump the gun. Like, some of y'all so thirsty for $1, so thirsty for $200. You're so thirsty to get some money from him because you're struggling, when that you don't have to struggle when there's a man in your presence. But since you're so thirsty for that, you'll be trying to tell him your standards instead of set a standard. You should be setting standards with men, not telling men your standards, because the standard, you breathe it, you live it, you are the standard. But you have to comport yourself. That's a part of your feminine brand. But some of us don't even know what our feminine brand is. Some of your feminine brand is giving loser. Some of your feminine brand is giving broke. Some of your feminine brand is I don't need a man. Continue with that feminine brand and let me know in the next 5 years if you've landed a provider. Because men look at what they can add value to. If there's nothing to add value, then they move around. It's just that simple and just that hard. You set the standard, not by giving him your list of to-do and don'ts. You don't set the standard by verbally telling him every time that you can give an opportunity to say, I don't want that. That is not what I'm open for. You do not do that. That is not how you set a standard. You set the standard by indirectly talking and setting the behaviors you expect from others. That is how you set the standard. Let me give you an example of how to set the standard, because I know someone's going to ask, because I'm literally not going to answer questions. I'm just not in the mood for it. I think I'm really ticked because I keep coming across the same type of women that my siblings, and because I have a lot of male family members, and they'll come in and they're like, yeah, this girl just gave it away for free. And I was like, show me her picture. She's gorgeous. She's drop dead gorgeous. But it don't matter if she's just a cookie. It doesn't matter if she's just a walking vagina. If she doesn't know her own worth and the value that she holds as a woman, you're going to give it away for free. So you're a damn fool, which I don't know what's going on here. Instagram keeps messing up. I don't know if it's the cursing. It's the savages today that I'm offering. Instagram keep messing up. It's not my fault. I am not doing anything. It may even be Instagram itself. It's like, hey, we don't want you cursing on the live stream. I try not to curse, but I can't help it today. I'm tired. I'm overwhelmed with seeing women not getting what they deserve or what they desire with men. I'm tired of seeing women get made fun of and for the things they want. It seems to me that women have been put on the defense, and we're doing too much to prove ourselves that we're worthy to be provided for. And see, I've been there. I know what it feels like. You feel like that you have to do a lot in order to be provided for. And see, that is the misconception of this movement and some women who put it out there. It is a misconception. It's a lie from hell. You do not have to sit here and prove yourself and earn being provided for. You are worthy of that. So let's get back to indirectly setting the standards. Let's say you want flowers. Say, I love receiving flowers. Flowers make me feel so special and just makes me feel better. Every opportunity, you want to indirectly set the standard. You don't want to be that person who's turned everything into an interview or a person who turns it into a list. Anytime you do that, that's blah. That's not interesting. That is not something that's going to create that emotional response and give him and make him act illogical, because that's what it is. A lot of women don't understand. Marriage is illogical for men. Marriage is illogical for men. Men do not fucking think about their wedding as little boys. They think about getting with girls, sleeping with girls, being around girls. They don't think about weddings like women do. So you have to get a man to act illogical and trigger his emotional response to you. But you can't do that if you don't understand the value of being a woman. You don't understand what it means to be a woman. Be fun, be playful, but keep the cookie away from him. Like, you are a damn fool if you decide to give the cookie away and there's some type of commitment. You haven't received anything for the cookie. You constantly giving the cookie away. You constantly just hoping and praying that this is going to be the next level. It's going to happen for you. And there's some women still waiting. There's some women still waiting for a man to pop or to propose to her. Some women are still waiting for that to happen for them. But here you are doing the same thing and giving him the cookie. So he's getting everything he wants from you, but you're receiving nothing that you want from him. He hasn't even given you the commitment. He hasn't even tried to propose to you. He hasn't even tried to do anything or add value to your life. But guess what? You're still giving him the cookie. You are the cookie until you're not. Get over yourself. Men are going to be sexually attracted to you. You are a sexual being anyway. So let him visually see it, but not touch it. That is what we have to learn how to do. Do not give him the cookie without the commitment. Say no to sex without making him feel like he would never get it. The thing is, and this is where most women lose it. They lose it. You get tired of the pressure. You get tired of him pressuring you for sex. So you give in. Even though he hasn't added value to your life, when you look around your fucking life, does it look different? Does it look like anything changed? Or are you still out here trying to figure out how to make it? Are you still out here trying to survive? If your life has been added value to it, and he has changed your life, and he has changed your world, and he's giving you the commitment that you want, then the cookie is available. But if he hasn't done anything to change your world, and you're looking around here and you still broke, you still struggling, you still in poverty, your life hasn't changed, nothing has helped, him being a part of it hasn't helped to upgrade you or up-level you, then what the fuck are you giving the cookie for? Stop giving me the cookie. Learn how to tell a man no without telling a man no. This is the reason why it's so important that you learn this for a lover energy girl. And I'm a lover girl. I'm a lover energy girl. Why? Because I'm good at keeping him on the hook and dangling the cookie and keeping him attracted to me to the point where he's chasing the cookie. And while he's chasing the cookie, he's chasing me. He's pursuing me. He's doing everything he can to get next to me. This is where you create this illogical response and emotional response that he's going to give you. He's going to act more illogical because he's reacting emotional. Men are used to operating from a logical perspective. He's used to making decisions in that way. But then he gets around you and you're dangling that cookie, but you're not telling him. You're not saying dumbass shit like, oh, well, I'm celibate. You're not saying dumb stuff like that. You're not telling him, no, I would never. I'm never going to sleep with you. You never can touch me. No, you're encouraging him to continue to be a good boy. And good boys get prizes. Good boys get prizes. Bad boys don't. You have to learn how to hold that cookie out and have him chase and pursue the cookie. He can always see that there's something to obtain, but he never gets it until he commits to you. If he hasn't committed to you, he doesn't want to do anything to obtain the cookie, then that isn't your person. Let that man go. Let that man go and find his 50-50 woman. Let that man go and find a woman who's willing to wait. Let that man go. Instead of chasing these men and trying to to get them, to prove to them that you are the girl for them. Let that man go. He'd be better off you let him go than him taken from you. Open your options. Like dating different races and types of men. Y'all, if y'all don't get off of this dumbass shit of he gotta be black, he gotta be white, he gotta be pink, he gotta be purple. I don't give a fuck. I care more about this man being a provider and taking care of me and making sure that my life is better and that he's adding value to me. I don't care about a type. You all let go of the type. Your type don't fucking want you. Why are you chasing your type? Your type don't want you. Every time you date your type, it hasn't worked out. You still end up on the losing team. He ain't providing for you. Sis, he don't fucking like you. He don't like you. And that's okay. Find a man who actually likes you, because that's going to help you to land a provider in 2024 versus chasing a type. You're chasing a type. You're chasing a look. You're chasing all these things that don't fucking matter. Ask yourself one question. When I look around my life, has it changed? If my fucking life hasn't changed, he isn't the man for me. If my life hasn't improved, he isn't the man for me. And stop chasing a type. Open your options. You only really got two choices when it comes to this type mess that you all are stuck on. Either you're going to become the type of woman that is his type, or you're going to reject your type and move around. That's as easy as I can make it. You can't make someone like you enough to provide for you. Either he's going to fucking provide for you, he won't. It's just that simple. We're making things difficult, and it's so frustrating when it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. I think I've mentioned this one before, but stop reducing your experience to money. Like, you're not dating according to a certain amount. And then there's some people like, what do you mean? I mean, stop reducing your experiences to money. His lifestyle will become yours. It's not hard to see what type of money a man has. If a man is taking himself out to restaurants, you're going to be going out to restaurants. If his man is traveling, you're going to be traveling. If a man goes to events and conferences and galas, you're going to be doing that also. It's not hard to see what type of lifestyle and what type of money the man has by the things he presents. So you don't have to chase a certain amount. Honestly, stop letting a man know exactly where you're coming from. A lot of you all are getting on dates and you're letting a man, you're revealing all of your cards. So this man is looking at you, instead of him realizing that you understand what men are for, because men don't get this. Men don't get that a man that is a producer, a man who is bringing in and is a provider and has resources, a woman will multiply all of that. So they don't look at you talking about his bank account and how much he has in it as a good thing in the very beginning. Remember, right now, you're the fucking cookie. You're the vagina. You're the walking vagina. Right now, he doesn't give a fuck about you thinking what you think about that. He doesn't want to know anything about that. Save these conversations for when you all are locked in. Save these conversations when he is illogical and he gives you emotional responses. Save these conversations when he's willing to sign over his 401k, his insurance, his bank accounts, his credit cards. Save it for when he's giving you all of it. Remember, I'm the type of woman, I want it all. I'm a lover girl. I'm a lover energy. I don't go in for half measures. I don't want you just to open up your wallet, baby. You're going to give me that hard. You're going to be super fucking illogical over Brill. You're going to be around her making sure that Brill is happy so that you don't want any other man to come in through that back door. You don't want any other man to be able to approach Brill because you're going to be making sure you're doing everything you can to keep Brill happy, to keep Brill right, to keep Brill living the type of lifestyle she desires to live. But if a man is not acting illogical over you, that is because logically he is determined that you are not going no fucking where. And since he feel like you're not going anywhere, he's going to just do whatever he wants to. Just as simple as that. And especially if you have not kept up your looks, you like a hot mess. You're not taking care of yourself, knowing that men are still visual. I don't care how long you've been married. We've been married for 23 years. And my husband still loves for me to be dressed up, for me to have on my nice clothing, for me to have on my heels when I wear them. He still wants me to look good. He still pays the cost to be the boss so I can look good as hell. so that I can take care of myself, so I can go and get me a personal esthetician, so I can have my doctor come to my house instead of me going to the doctor's office because, girl, I'm a princess. Like, go sit out there with the common nurse. Who the fuck gonna do that? Not me. So my doctor comes to my house. But there's levels to this. If you want a man who's gonna be illogical over you, a man who's gonna create a life where you are taken care of and he adds value to it, he has to be super fucking illogical about you. He has to not play about you. And a lot of women will land the guy and forget this. You'll forget this. You'll focus in on your kids and your friends and your hobbies, and nothing wrong with that. But never forget what the goal is. You want to keep him still illogical. You want to know, no matter how old you get, you want to be 50 fucking years old, and he's still illogical about you. He's still shutting down restaurants so you can actually eat in peace. He's still making sure that the doctor comes to the house and you don't have to ever step one foot into a doctor's office. He is still working to pay the cost to be the boss. But you got to keep him illogical. And there's certain things, we get into that. I'm going to help you to keep him illogical. Yeah, I'm cursing, so I don't know if I'm keep this up because I have kids that watch my page. But I'm aggravated. I only curse when I get aggravated, and I think I'm super aggravated. I'm tired of women getting less than what they deserve. I'm tired of men getting a free lunch. A man should never have access to the cookie for free. But y'all don't understand how the game works. You don't understand how life works. Reality. I don't care what Disney fucking world that you have been invested in. I don't care what Disney movies that you watch as a little girl. Those things don't apply to reality. Those things are entertainment only. You need to start looking at this reality and for what it is. So let's talk about getting that emotional response. These are the things we need to do. You need to create a space where a man can be himself. Stop going on dates trying to debate men, trying to judge men, trying to criticize men, trying to argue with men. I don't give a fuck about his opinion. Honestly, I'm at the space in life, and I'm glad that I realized this when I was dating earlier. I don't care. We can literally have a divided household when it comes to politics, and I wouldn't give a flying fuck of who he decides to go down and vote for. You all concern yourself about the wrong thing. I want to know, I don't care if he a fucking Republican or if he an independent or he a Democrat. When he walked through this door, is he providing for me? Is he super illogical about me? Is he going to make sure I have everything that I desire out of a man? Is he trying to make sure that my life looks good? He's adding value to it? Then if he's doing that, baby, go and vote for a Democrat. Go and be independent. Go and be a question mark. I don't give a fuck what you do about those people down there. Those people are not going to divide my household. You all be letting too many things get in the way. You judging him about his past. You want to argue with him. Like, I literally have some women that come over here and y'all want to debate. Fuck your debates. You can't change my mind at 43. I understand how life works. I know what the reality of things are. I'm just trying to hip you into some advice so you don't end up like some of these dried out hoes that they done gave the cookie away so much to other people. They don't even know how to connect and bond with people in the right way that they should. Just because of the fact that they feel like they've been taken advantage of. Don't be her. Don't be her. Be the woman who understands what the cookie is for and what the womanhood is for and what you are, how valuable you are, so that you can bring in a provider man that's going to take care of you. So I don't give a flying fruitcake, a flying fuck about all those things that y'all are divided over. I have no desire to debate and argue with men. If you want to create a space where a man can be himself, then stop fucking arguing with them. Why are you arguing with them? You don't have to argue with them. When a man falls in love with you, all you have to do is be, because you're going to grab influence from him. Men pick up things from us. When I start eating healthy, my husband start eating healthy. Why do you think that is? Because one, he's super illogical about me. And so anything that I'm interested in, he's interested in. So he's going to pick up some of the things I am doing. So you don't have to sit here and try to get a man and try to push him to be into something that you want him to be. All you have to do is be. That is it. We're doing too much. Y'all are making this harder than it has to be. It doesn't have to be hard. It's actually very easy, especially as a woman. Listen to him, not just to respond. Why does it matter his political affiliations? Why does it matter about his dumbass opinions? Because they could be something new tomorrow. Why do you care about any of that? Why do you care about trying to debate him and argue him that you can't even listen to what he's saying? You didn't even let a man get out his full thoughts, his full words before you already on him because of something he said. Let that man explain himself. And see, here it is also for the women who be like, oh, I don't. When a man says that he doesn't want, he wants a woman who's gonna cook and clean. Why y'all get triggered about that? Who gives a fuck if he wants somebody to cook and clean? Y'all have to learn how to be the feminine and ask him, what does that look like? And then y'all don't understand, men don't care about the how. Y'all getting triggered because the man is talking about he want a woman that's gonna cook and clean. He's planning out there, go out here and pay the cost to be the boss. And you're worried about if you have to cook anything when you haven't even asked him, what does that look like? Because see, the how doesn't matter to men. They don't care how it gets done. Why do you think you have to cook from scratch? Girl, you take that over there to some of these women who feel like they have to prove to a man that they are worthy of being provided for. That's not this platform. I don't care if a man says he wants you to cook and clean. You ask him, okay, what does that look like? Figure out if the how is important, because most men don't care. As long as they have a meal in front of them, they don't care if you go pick the meal up from the restaurant. They don't care if you go and put it in a crock pot. Putting a meal in the crock pot is nothing. I can put that mess on in the morning and it's done by the evening. I got a full meal and I didn't even sit here and slave over the stove for it. So y'all are sitting here triggered and aggravated about the wrong thing. There's tons of ways to get things done. Men don't care about the how. They don't care if you outsource the cleaning. A lot of times they don't care as long as it's done. That's all they care about. They care about it being done. Instead, you might have missed out on a provider because you sitting here triggered about him cooking and cleaning when the men don't care how you get it done. Literally, you can outsource those things. Literally, you can figure out who can do it and pocket the rest of the money for yourself and start building your own network. But hey, you don't hear me now. I'm experienced to this. I'm true to this. But you all are triggered about the wrong things. I think now, since a lot of women don't understand their value and what they bring as a woman, they get triggered about the wrong things. You're getting mad about things that don't matter. You're getting mad about him saying he wants someone that's going to cook and clean. Ask him, does it matter about the how? Does it matter how it gets done as long as it gets done? Most men don't care. They don't care. As long as the meal is in front of them, they don't care how it gets in front of them. They don't care if you go and pick it up by the restaurant. They don't care if you go and put it in a crock pot and just put it on a plate. They don't fucking care. My husband ain't cared in 23 years as long as he had a meal in front of him and the house is clean. He don't care if it's outsourced. Before I even knew or had the true understanding of maids, I would hire my siblings to come over and clean the entire house. Because when you're a feminine woman, you're very creative. You figure out how to get things done. It doesn't mean it has to be done by your hands. It just means it has to get done. So y'all are getting triggered and getting thrown off of a provider for the wrong things. When you can figure out the how and just make it easy to get done. Putting a meal in the crock pot, or I'm a gadget queen. I'm a great gadget queen. And yes, I can cook from scratch. I'm Southern and country. Okay, if you don't know by now from this live, I'm Southern and country. So of course I know how to cook by scratch, but I understand I like things easy. I have no desire to prove to him that I deserve to be provided for. So I have to go do everything by scratch, or I have to do everything myself. I don't have that desire. Yes, are there people, women on social media who believe that? Yes, they are. So they're the ones who are confusing you and making you feel like this thing is hard. It is not. Being a housewife is the easiest thing you're ever going to do. I've had so much time to level up my looks, to heal my trauma, to go to therapy, to create a business, to bring in clients. I've had so much time to be able to do and dive into my hobbies and become the woman you see before you. But if I wouldn't have created my life and not got thrown off because my husband's talking about cooking and cleaning, a lot of times men don't even truly know what they want until it's in front of them in the first place. And if they're in love with you, they're going to act illogical and they're not going to care about the how. So you're getting caught up on the wrong things. Who gives a fuck about him talking about cleaning and cooking? Baby, I'll figure out how to do it where it's easy and it's simple. And I'm not stressing myself out on it. One of the things I learned, and this happened when I got sick, because I was listening to the same women that y'all are listening to a certain degree. I would listen to these women talking about, oh, how hard it is and how I got to go here and do it from scratch and how I got to create everything and do it myself. And I got sick with an autoimmune disease, which autoimmunes only go in remission, you never heal from it. And so, and since in order to make sure that my life is easy, I stopped doing all that. I started doing the inner work. I started realizing that I'm worth more, that I don't have to earn his providing, that he loves me for me, that he's super fucking illogical about me anyway. Like, baby, I'm 43. He don't care about that 43. He still be checking to see, hey, nobody trying to take my woman. So let me do the things that needs to be done so that she can feel protected and provided for, and she doesn't feel insecure in any way. So stop listening to that fool talking about all I need is a woman to cook and clean, because he's talking foolishness. Ask him what that looks like. Ask him what that looks like, because a lot of times men don't care about the how. They don't care how it gets done. They just care that it gets done. They just don't want to have to do it. As long as he's not doing it, he doesn't give a fuck how it gets done. Stop listening to these women who have created whole platforms about homemaking, and they make it seem so hard. They make it seem like drudgery. If I was looking at it too and I was a young woman, I'd be like, I don't want to sign up for none of that shit, because that looks like a whole bunch of mess. I can see it. I see it too. I see the same videos you see. And I see the same nonsense that you all see. And I can tell you right now, most men don't care about the how. So you're triggering yourself when he says, oh, I just want a woman that's going to cook and clean. Baby, you go over there, go to the grocery store. You know everything's already done, right? Like, why are you sitting here psyching yourself out about cooking when everything's already done? Even if you can't cook, people at the grocery store can cook. People at the grocery store can cook. And if you can't cook, baby, I'll put something in my programs and teach you all how to use a crock pot. Because come on now, be fucking for real. Cooking is not the reason why you don't want to get married. A lot of y'all have other issues going on for the reason why you don't want to get married to a provider. Why you don't want a man that's going to provide. Because most of these dumbass providers are going to say the same dumb shit. They're going to still talk about cooking and cleaning because it's the only thing they know. They don't know what they want until you come on the scene. They don't know. They don't really honestly know what they want until they come across a woman that makes him feel illogical. And then only thing he's doing is outsourcing everything. Only thing he's doing, he's cooking for you all because she can't even cook. Trust me, I know tons of women like that. I know tons of women that are being provided for right now in this moment. They can't cook. The husband's cooking. He's coming in from home. He's cleaning and cooking. And every woman who she figured she had to earn a man to provide for her, so she don't understand men are super illogical about the woman they want. When that's the woman they want, they're illogical about her. So she can get away with not cooking or cleaning or doing anything, actually. But you should not allow that to scare you away from a man that's going to provide for you. If this man is going to change your whole world, put you in a whole nother zip code, change your bank balance, change what you can offer your kids, why the fuck are you sitting here running away from a man that says about cooking and cleaning? Well, you should be running towards him and figuring out how to make that shit easy. Figure out how to get that stuff outsourced. And trust me, there's other ways. We'll talk about that. I'm not going to put that here. I have to put that in membership because that's going to be some white for easy. That's a whole nother video, actually. So allow him to be himself. Stop trying to change him. Stop trying to make him into your type. Stop trying to force him to be something he isn't. Everyone wants to be accepted. Everyone wants to know that they have someone that accepts them for who they are, versus you trying to go in here, you trying to change him, and you telling him that he's not good enough, or you telling him that he's not right. You're telling him that his opinions suck. You're telling him and judging him for everything he's done in his life. Then you can't even get the land of the provider or make him illogical because you don't even make him feel for you. Because in order to make a man super illogical about you, where he don't play about you, where he'll go out here and work 3 jobs, pay the cost to be the boss, make sure you never step your foot, never step your ass into a doctor's office because you're scared of germs. You're scared of germs because you don't want to get sick. So he paid the cost to be the boss. So you have a private doctor that comes to your house. You want to be logical. You want him to do things that he normally wouldn't do for other women. But you have to create a space where he feels safe, where he can be himself, where he is accepted. You have to create that space where y'all are having fun and you ask for help. You're leaning on him. You're asking for his advice. You're asking him to teach you. You're asking him for the help. And he feels, oh, I can do this for her. I can, like, men have an ego. He's going to puff out his chest. He's going to be like, oh my gosh, I got someone I can teach something to. I got someone I can help. I got someone I can assist. Give him that feeling that you're willing to learn from him. Like, I know some of y'all are you're such badasses that you love to teach and help other people. Trust me, this is not the insane energy that I would give my husband ever. Why? Why don't I ever give my husband this? Because that's not going to keep him feeling illogical. That's not going to keep him feeling emotional about me. I want to stay and have myself planted in his heart. I want him to feel strongly about Braille, so he can continue to pay the cost to be the boss. And I can be happy in my feminine, in this space, the life that we've created. So you want to have him feeling like you can teach him something. I mean, that he can teach you something. That he can teach you something. You're willing to learn. You're willing to listen to him. You're willing to listen to his bad jokes. You're willing to listen to him talk about his dreams. You're willing to connect with him on that level. So I think I've calmed down a little bit. So we're going to go, I'm going to jump into the chat and we're going to go back to answering questions. Y'all, Instagram ended and I just didn't restart it. Now, every time I start an Instagram live stream, it actually ends on its own. And it's not my fault. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, so let's go back to the first comment. Bethany says, Savage Cousin is here. Yes. I'm just tired of women being taken advantage of. This is the opportune time to land a provider. Like, what are we doing here? We're taking too long. And I want more of my women, all the women in my community. A lot of you all are so open to inner work and becoming the best version of yourself and being the best woman that you can be. Why the fuck you landed a provider? You're definitely provider ready. The thing is, a lot of you all are holding yourself back. You listen to nonsense on social media. That's an issue too. So you're tapping this echo chamber, and you're believing that all the providers or they're married or men aren't providers anymore. Change your fucking mindset. There's providers everywhere. I want you to think about this. Anytime that you have bought a new car, right? Anytime you bought a new car, after you buy that new car, then you start to see that car everywhere. Because of the fact now your mindset is open to that new car. That needs to be the same way that you handle a man that's going to provide. You need to start telling yourself, men are providers all around me. And in thinking that you're going to run into a provider any moment. And I guarantee you, just like your new car that you didn't know anything about before, you're going to start to run into men who just provide. Advice for someone living in a rural area. I want to move, but then I have to work more and it puts me in my masculine. Well, the thing is, I met my husband in a rural area. We are both country. We're from the same area. The thing is, get out and socialize. Start looking at the places that have, like, in rural areas, they still have galas. They still have conferences. They still have business meetings. Get out and go to those things. You have friends that have parties. Why aren't you going to them? Like, there's still men providers still in rural areas. Actually, you probably have a leg up compared to other women in the city because you're going to run into them. There's a smaller circle. So it's not the rural area. The rural area is not the fucking problem. She's real snatch your wigs clean off. Well, you know how I am. After I get frustrated and fed up, that's sometimes I curse. I try to keep it clean because I have a lot of young women that follow me, all as young as 17 years old. And I won't let you know that's not how you comport yourself around men. You don't want to be cursing and carrying on when you're around a man. Can we do this right now in this chat? Yes. We can do it around women, but you don't do it around your man, especially in the very beginning. You want him to look at you differently. I inspire men. I have great ideas. I help them build their confidence in their business. Stop fucking inspiring men. Stop helping them build confidence in their business. Why the fuck are you doing that? Like, he's not your man. You're just helping him build his confidence in his business for another fucking woman. If it's not going to benefit you, why the fuck are you building his confidence? I would rather him walk around like he is shaking, like he's insecure, than to build his confidence for another woman. I'm not building shit for another woman, ever. Not in this lifetime. Maybe when I'm dead and buried and come back into another form, then I might have a different mindset. Then I might do it. But I'm never going to, even now, I don't care about trying to rebuild or improve my man. I would prefer my man to repel women. Why the fuck am I sitting here trying to encourage him to look better, to take care of himself? I don't care. I don't give a fuck. As long as he take care of himself and he look good and he smell good when he coming to me, that's all I care about. I don't care when he walk outside that door. He walk outside that door, he can wear a trash bag for all I give a fuck for. And I will be out there prettily and happily on his arm. You know why? Because that man provide for me. That man is super illogical about me. He give me anything I want. I can call him right now and say, babe, I want to go to Mexico. That damn trip is going to be booked in the next 2 days just because of what I want. So why the fuck you over building confidence? Shit, you be better off tearing confidence down than to fucking build it when he's not your man. He's not your guy. He's not your person. That's an example of giving. That's beyond giving the cookie away. Shit, giving the cookie at that rate. Hell, let that cookie crumble. Versus sitting here giving a man confidence for him to give it to another woman. Any energy that a man takes from you, he's going to take it and build it for himself. And that's how he's going to be more creative. That's how he's going to have business. That's how he's going to be more confident. We don't want to do that unless it's our man. If he's yours, then you want to pour all of that into him. It doesn't matter if you sacrifice your life force for him, if he's yours. But if he isn't yours, all you're doing is helping another fucking woman. Like, I love y'all, but let me tell you this. I'm not going to build my man for you. I love you all to death. This is my community. These are my people. This is my tribe. I prayed for you all. But I'll be damned. I'll be goddamn. Will I ever build my husband for another woman? Y'all done make Bree cuss today. I'm here for it. Yes, I'm just frustrated. Y'all, this is how frustration look. Instead of me taking it out anywhere else, I'm just gonna let you all. We can do that here. Like, this is where you vent. You vent here. You vent with other women. You don't vent to him. You don't complain to him. You don't blame him. You don't argue with him. You don't debate him. You hook him in first. You dangle that cookie in front of him and let him get to know you as a woman. Then let him fall for you and be super illogical and emotional about you. Then he gives you everything you want. You all are worried about the wrong things. I don't care about his political affiliations. I don't care about his dumbass opinions. I don't care about any of those things unless if it affects me. That's the only time I care. Other than that, I don't care. He could be a dweeb. He could be a man that walks around with mismatched clothes on. He could be a man that doesn't have a hold of the English. He doesn't have good hold of English. I wouldn't give a fuck. As long as he's a provider and he's adding value to my life looks better with him in it. If my life doesn't look better with him in it, what the fuck is he doing there? Why is he here? He needs to leave. Women need to realize that men who earn a lot have trust issues, and building trust takes at least a year with these type of men. Absolutely. It takes some time. He needs to build trust with you. That's how you're going to have him super illogical. You want him to think of you as the confidant, as the woman that he can come to, that he can just be himself. He doesn't have to put on a facade. He doesn't have to put on a mask to come to you. He can just be himself. In his moments, he can be weak. He can actually talk about things that's bothering him. He can talk about things he's doing in his job. He can talk about his dreams. He can talk about mistakes he made. And you're not going to bring that shit back up. Do not use that stuff against him. Do not use that stuff against him. As soon as he sees that anything he tells you, you're going to use it against him, he's going to drop you like a bad habit. And see, men who are providers have choices. There's lots of women lining up. But you're going to be that girl that's going to create him. It's going to create an emotional response for him where he's going to be super illogical. That's the reason why these guys, they go marry a girl and y'all like, she's so inappropriate. She is so young. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't have anything. That's the reason why they go marry someone that just have a birth certificate. Because women who have resources, y'all don't know how to do this. What you do, you're trying to meet him on a logical level, on a mind-to-mind level, and you're not creating emotion in him. And since you're not creating any emotion in him, he's not interested in taking it further with you, because then you look like one of his peers. You look like going to work. Every time he has a conversation with you, it's like talking to his boss. Can anyone give their opinion on developing feelings for a mentor? Is that ethical, or as a woman, does that put us in an undesirable position? Has the mentor changed your life? Has he made it better? Can you look around and see that he's added value? Then why the fuck you got feelings for him? What has he done for you lately? I'm trying to figure out why you all aren't doing what we need to do. In this game, you have to learn to guard your heart. Your heart should not be open to everybody. Your heart is going to be open to the provider, to the man who's going to add value, who's going to change your life, the man who has similar values as you, the man who's coming in and he's giving you everything. That's who you're going to open your heart to. Why y'all open your heart to people who don't qualify? Guard your heart. This live is pure gold. That's cute. Let's see here. That's called invisible labor. I'm not sure what you're talking about, babe. You gotta, if that's just a statement. Yes, I stopped doing everything. Knowing your worth as a woman. Inner work is the real deal, ladies. Absolutely. I'm here for this new breed. Y'all done pissed her off. Yes, I'm very pissed, as you can tell, because I never curse. I'm not a woman that curses. Like, it's not my thing. I try to keep it very clean for the young women who follow me, because you're not going to want to do that in the settings that you're going to be in. You're not going to be the person who's going to have a potty mouth. But for this conversation, this girl chat that we need to have, this meeting of the minds that we need to have, you all need to realize you're giving a cookie to the wrong guy. You're letting that guy have a cookie when he hasn't made any type of commitment. He hasn't given anything to you. When you look around your life, you're still broke. If you're still broke, then he hasn't added value to you. He hasn't done anything that's going to say, hey, this is my person, this is my guy. And yes, a provider does bring more than money. He brings safety, he brings security, he brings a level up in lifestyle. Your quality of life should shift. If you're still living in the same one bedroom place with nothing in the apartment, then he hasn't shifted your lifestyle. Your quality of life is still the same. It's still at the level of what you can do for yourself. And if that is it, then he isn't your person. How to increase financial standards when it relates to me. My man is emotionally available and he's so intense and thoughtful, yet is holding off on spoiling me because he says he thinks he's thinking bigger. Wants to get a place where to move into. Hold on. There's something missing here. Girl, there's something missing. What do you mean? Okay, first of all, if your financial standards, what do you mean financial standards, babe? You got to tell me this one, because just something is wrong. I think my eyes are deceiving me. Are you calling a motherfucking man your man when he hasn't done anything to spoil you or earn you? He hasn't proven himself to you, but he's your man? Why is he your man? Like, y'all getting it backwards. You're giving him title, you're giving him presence in your life, and that should be earned. When a man earns you, your life should shift. Your life should upgrade. You should be able to have different experiences that you've never been able to do on your own. If that isn't happening, why is he your man? And he's emotional. Let me tell you why he's emotionally available. Because the motherfucker broke. That's why. Men understand the game, even if women don't. He's broke. So he doesn't have a lot to offer you. Maybe he may seem like he has money, but he's broke. And since he's broke, he's giving you more. He's being more emotionally available because that's the only thing he has to offer. That's the only thing he has to offer. So he's going to do more there. You want to cry? He's going to let you cry. You want to talk about your day and all the things that's going on? He's going to allow that, because he knows that the more women talk, the more women create intimacy, the more women create a bond or attachment. He's smart. He basically outsmarted your ass. Wants to get a place where to move into together and get. Don't move in with a fucking man. Why the fuck are y'all moving in with men? See, y'all going to make me go off into a tangent. Don't ever move in with a man. If you're trying to land a provider, he needs to come through with all the receipts. You need to sit down and write down, okay, what does this man need to provide? Because only you need to create the rules of entry. Like, you need to sit down and write, okay, what does a man have to provide to even get a kiss from me? What does a man have to provide to even get the cookie? What does a man have to provide for me to even want him to be my husband? Sit down and readjust your priorities, because they are fucked up. Don't move in with a man. That's the biggest mistake. Women do not get married in a timely manner when you move in with a man. Stay single until this man commits in the way that you desire him to commit. Of course, he's attentive. He's attentive because he broke. You're welcome. He has because he helped me tap back into. So I don't know what that. Are we okay? Okay, so he's helped me become a woman for another man, and I think my feelings are misplaced. Bethany, Bethany, fuck that man. That's all I got for you. Start over because you've already given up too much. Men understand the game. If they don't have the feminine to tap into the abundance, they don't have that life force to receive from, they know that they're not going to get to that next level. You've given that man too much. And you becoming the better woman should have been from, you could do that yourself. Why the fuck are you letting a man teach you how to become a woman? Was he a woman in another fucking life? That's the only thing I can think of. If he's a woman in another fucking life, then okay. Then he can teach you to become a better woman. You can come in spaces like this, and that will teach you to become a better woman. If he was a woman in another life, then yes, he got the juice. He got the information. He got the advice. That was my mentor. I don't know where y'all got these male mentors from. And see, that thing is, it's just talk. It's creating attachment. It's creating feelings within you. You did it backwards. He should have had the feelings. He should have felt strongly about you. He should have been chasing you to wipe you up. He should have been pursuing you. Like, y'all get yourself stuck in these situations because men understand that communication is the way that women create attachment. My mentor was helping me get my diet answers back on track. And I still stand 10 toes down. A woman could help you do that. Don't do it with the man, especially when you're vulnerable. In vulnerable situations, you don't want to let any random man into your world because that will create feelings. So you should have done that with a woman. A woman could have helped you out with your diet and exercise and help you become a better woman. It hurts because it's true. He left you here to figure out the money standard. No, ma'am. Yes, y'all. And then y'all wondering why I'm cursing when I never curse. I have like over 400 videos on YouTube alone and probably another 300 in membership or more. And you don't hear curse words on them. It's rare because right now I'm kind of frustrated. Because women, I'm like, are y'all listening to the videos I put out for you? I put out a lot of content for you. I actually show up a lot more than people who have more followers than me. He did at one point and then stopped with the caveat that he's working hard to put us in our own place and get me in a car. Should I just break up? Yes, break up with that fucking man. Let me tell you what he's doing. He's trying to hold something, just like you should have been holding that goddamn cookie in front of him and not giving him the cookie until he committed to a level that you want him to commit to. He's holding this over your head and said, hey, if you wait on this, I'm going to give you this. Like, if he's about that business, then where's the damn car? If he's so into you, where's the car? He can get the car before you all move in together. But of course, he's using the car and the things he's going to give you, just like you should have used that damn cookie instead of allowing this man into your world when he's not adding value to it in the level that you need. We're not intimate and long distance. Okay, that's a good thing that y'all are not intimate. But you still gave up too much too soon. Because some of y'all don't realize it's not just a cookie, it's your presence. It's your energy. It's your life force. Men have to tap into women to get the abundance. By tapping into us, they get more confident. By tapping into us, they get more creative. They have more ideals. They go in and they can give that to another woman. So maybe you spend a lot of time on the phone with him, talking and working through his dreams and working through his problems and solving things for him. Maybe you spend a lot of time and energy giving back to him. And that's the reason why you are where you are right now, when you shouldn't have done any of that shit. And long distance, I don't know how many times I'm going to tell you all, men will fucking move the world for you. Why are you all selling from a man that's not willing to remove all objects between you and him? Long distance doesn't matter. A man should operate as though you all, especially if he's claiming he has resources, which I don't know if you've confirmed. Have you confirmed it? Do you know for sure that he is what he is? And see, he just got offered a $150K job. And I think with money, he'd be more generous. No, the fuck he isn't. He isn't. You're dreaming. He isn't gonna be more generous if he isn't generous now. If he isn't taking and paying for a plane ticket to come to you to see you every other weekend, if he isn't sending you money if you need something, or trying to ask you, hey, do you need anything? Is there anything I can help you with? If he isn't doing that now, a man doesn't suddenly become generous. They either are generous or they aren't. Only thing he did was use you to level himself up. And you didn't even have to give him the cookie. That's how good women are. You don't have to give a man the cookie to level him up. All you had to do is spend hours on the phone or on the internet, working through his problems, encouraging him and inspiring him. And he's going to take all of that and go build himself. But his wife is going to be happy about the $150K job. Don't do that shit no more. Don't do that shit no more. A man who's generous is going to be generous from the beginning. They're going to ask you little questions like, what do you need? What can I do for you? Are you in need of something? If you aren't hearing that, it's because he's not that. He's not that man. You want him to be, but he's not that guy. How to end things, fall back while not making about him, not being financially set up. I like to keep him around. The future good man works hard. Good, God-fearing, prays with me. I would tell him that right now you're not in a position. You want to kind of focus in on yourself, and you want to, focus in on yourself, and focus in on getting yourself together. And right now you don't have time for a relationship, and just break it off in that manner. Like, y'all would be glad I'm calming down and I'm being nicer, because usually I'd be like, fuck him, ghost him. Who cares? But if you say you want to keep him in this corner, but I'm telling you right now, every guy that I dated prior to when I wasn't concerned, I thought love was the end. Love was the beginning and the end for everything. When I thought along the lines of the Disney, every guy that I thought had potential, or I thought that was going to do something, did not do anything. They're still the same fucking bum that they were when I was dating them. So what's the best approach? He's claiming he's working to put me in my own place in his state. Tell him right now you just need some time to work on yourself. And right now you're not ready for a relationship. That way you close it down very nicely. And if by some exception, because this is going to be the exception, and I can't give advice based on the exception. My job is to give advice based off the majority. My channel will be trash if I sit here and gave women the exceptions and made them the rules. So that's what I'm going to tell you to say. You close it out nicely and back away from him. And if he comes back around, he offers you everything that you want, get it together so that you can make sure that when he comes around that you do it in the correct way, so that he's improving your world immediately and not later on. My daughter is 17, dating a 18-year-old out of the city, has gotten a second job to provide for her, drives 3 hours to see her, and is planning to move to her. As soon as he graduates, these men be playing. Baby, Whitney, they be playing because women don't understand the game and they haven't taken the time to learn it. Like, you have to learn how men operate and understand men. I think the most valuable thing I've done for myself, and y'all ladies chime in, the most valuable thing I ever did for myself was learn about men and understand them. Because you cannot draw in the best quality of men if you don't understand them and you don't know what they're looking for. That's why you end up building a man for another woman. I said, I'll be god darn if I'm going to sit here and build a man for another woman. I'm never going to do it. What should I tell my mentor? Because I feel like I need to stop working with him and I have 2 weeks left. Can't you work the next 2 weeks and be done? Is that an option? If you got 2 weeks left, just work out 2 weeks, but definitely don't keep that connection. because it's not going anywhere. If this man isn't immediately laying down saying, oh my gosh, you're the best woman I've ever met, and I actually want to propose to you, and I want to be with you, and I want to change your life, I want to do for you, I want to be here for you, I want to be everything I can for you, then fuck that man. Like, we have to learn to let men go when they're not doing anything and value to us. So work that 2 weeks out with him, but stop being on the phone longer with him to talk or adding to the conversation. Just let it become a business meeting. Start letting your interaction with him become a business meeting. Stop getting personal with him so you can start unraveling the attachment and bond that you have with him, because you create one unconsciously. That's the reason why you have feelings for him, but he hasn't done enough for you anyway to make it real. You have a point. They still be the same years later. Yes, they do. I haven't met not one guy that wanted so much from me that wasn't going to change my life. I haven't seen him even change his. I definitely need to listen. This is definitely good gems as always. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all done got me up here cursing and getting out of pocket, because we have to start understanding men so that we can figure out what is our person, what is he bringing to us. But when we do things backwards, you get attached and then you're acting illogical. He is supposed to be acting illogical. He is supposed to be emotional about you. He is supposed to be willing to go out here and book this luxury vacation because you want to go. He is supposed to be making sure that you live a lifestyle where a doctor can come to your home. You're supposed to be living that life. But if you keep being illogical about men and not making logical decisions, when it comes to men, you're going to keep getting played when you shouldn't be getting played. A lot of us are too old to be getting played still, but we are. There ain't no we in that, though. There ain't no fucking we in that. But, I want to make everybody feel comfortable, but there's no we in that. Because much as I know about men, I'm never going to get played. Men are not smarter than women. Women are definitely smarter than men. You have access to both of your frontal lobes, and you're still making foolish decisions when it comes to men. We have to stop this. You want to land a provider in 2024? Stop with the emotions and the fucking feelings. Right now, you don't have feelings. Right now, you're going to guard your heart. It doesn't mean that you're cold, because you still want him to feel your heart. You want him to feel comfortable with you. You want him to feel you, but you're not going to sit here and wear your heart on your sleeves. You're not going to allow any Tom, Dick, and Harry access to your heart anymore. So now you're guarding your heart as you're going on dates. You're getting out here and socializing. You're not sitting in your living room thinking you're going to be kidnapped and that's going to be your person. Baby, that's romance. That's not exactly what it will be. You're not concerned about the money. Let me explain to you why you shouldn't be concerned about the money. You should not be going on dates talking about money. Like, y'all are shooting yourselves in the foot talking about money because you're trying to figure out if this man has money, when men will show you if they have money. Men will share money with you. And anyway, what do we care about that when he's not willing to share? That if you're not giving it to me, I don't give a fuck about how much money you got. You could be a multimillionaire. If you're not sharing it with me, it has nothing to do with me. If you're not improving my life, it doesn't have anything to do with me. If it's not making sure that I have certain conveniences in life that other women don't have, some things that I can flex on, then it doesn't even matter. Whitney says, talk to him like you're in HR. Absolutely. You know, your HR personality and just y'all having that conversation, you're HR now. You're no longer operating from an emotional standpoint. And that's one of the things y'all gonna have to do in 2024. They'll land a provider. We're gonna have to move logically and let them move emotionally. We want him to be illogical. We want him to have that emotional response about us. Date with logic and focus on your end goal. Yes, absolutely. That's what we're doing in 2024. If you want a provider, that's the way you're gonna move. You have to stop getting caught up in these things that are not going anywhere. I don't care how much money a man puts under your nose. If the money isn't yours, it doesn't matter. Trust me, when a man feels illogical about you, he'll sign over everything to you. I'm not the wife who doesn't have access to everything. I have access to everything. I have access to his credit cards, to his 401k. My name is the beneficiary for every life insurance policy because he's illogical about me. He still wants to make sure, even if he's not here, I'm going to be good. That's the type of guy you want to be around. You want the type of guy that's going to work hard for you. He's going to put those muscles to use. He's going to go out into the world and experience, dealing with bad bosses, with being cold or hot in the environments that he had to work in. Not even an ideal job or career that he has. You want a man that's going to go out there and do it anyway because he got a wife at home to take care of. He has a woman that he's committed to. He has a woman he's illogical about. So he's going to make sure she's good regardless. He doesn't even care if he has to sacrifice. He doesn't even care if he has to give his last to make sure he gets the things that you need, but you're going to be taken care of. That's the type of guy you want. That's a true provider. But if you keep being super fucking emotional about these men and spending all your time trying to inspire and encourage a man, there's plenty of opportunities for that. You know when that comes? That comes when you're the wife. That comes when you're the wife. And that comes when you're gonna get paid back for your life force. That's when it's okay and it's the time to constantly be pouring into him. Right now, you ain't got time for that. If he ain't changing your world, why are you pouring into him? Why are you talking to him all the time? Why are you texting him all the time? Why the fuck are you doing all these things that's not going to give back to you? What did I tell y'all about the feminine? The feminine has somewhat narcissistic tendencies. That's the reason why a lot of men are not wanting a lot of women to be in their feminine. They want you to be in this masculine mindset. They want you to be the ones that's full of feelings instead of logic. They want you to act like this because you're going to act a damn fool over a man versus him acting a fool over you. I don't even think I've seen a good fight over a woman in a long time, but I've seen a whole bunch of broads fighting over a man. I've seen that recently. That's how I know the world is upside down and topsy-turvy because ain't no woman should be out here fighting for no goddamn man. But y'all are. You're here fighting and competing and scratching for a man. When men should be fighting over you. Men should be starting wars over you. I've seen my husband cut people off for me because men will do all that for a woman that he is illogical over. You're not going to disrespect the woman he cares about. You're not going to make that woman feel any type of way or you're done. But y'all over here feeling that way about men. Give me a headache. You're giving me a freaking headache because y'all over here fighting for men, fighting to claim a man. I don't even know. That's the reason why. Now I see what's happening. That's the reason why a man ain't started a war over a woman in a long time. Why should they? When they got broads out here fighting and starting wars over men. They don't even have to no more. Exactly. Women overgive. This has to stop. It has to stop. Please stop. Please stop overgiving. Please stop with this mentality that you have to earn his providing, his provision. Change your mindset. Start doing the inner work. I keep telling y'all, stop running away from it. If you start running away from it, you'll change your mindset and you will rewire your brain and you'll operate differently. Respectfully, based on the title, women, please be able to provide for yourself. What are you going to do when a provider man leaves you plenty ahead, ladies? First of all, you don't have to come here and do a motherfucking thing because you don't understand the platform. I've never encouraged women just to have only what a man can give access to. A man is not the source. God is. God is the source. And I always have my own funds. I am also independently wealthy without my husband. I can do all without him. But why should I? We should also be able to step into our value and womanhood and get everything that we desire out of it. You don't have to operate half-cocked because you're scared. See, lady, you don't. Be nice. Be nice because I'm already aggravated. First of all, you probably need to go ahead and take your ass to another platform because this is not the platform for you. Because I've never encouraged women not to have their own. Any woman that I have conversation with, we have our own money. Why not spend his? Why not have him go and use his muscles to build our wealth? Why not have him go out here and do more for us? If you all want to go out here and do it for yourself, go somewhere else and do that. Go somewhere else and do that. I am over the women that come to these platforms and you want to talk about, oh, what happens if he leaves me? If he leaves me, he leaves me. I'm not holding him down. I'm not saying you can't ever leave me. A man can leave me. I've been married for 23 years and a man still can leave me. He can still walk away at 30, 40, 50. And he can walk away and I will still be well provided for because I'm not a fucking dummy. Go and give that advice to dummies because there's none over here. Maybe you're used to hanging around and being around dummy ass bitches, but we're not over here. We're pedestal wives. We have our own money. We just want to spend his. Inner work will always compound for you in all areas of your life. Yeah, she knew, and maybe she need to go somewhere else because smart, intelligent women would go and look at what the person is talking about versus talking about the title. That's how I know you're not that intelligent because I would have looked at all of the content before I assumed. When they say when you assume things, you make an ass of yourself, and you just did. Because I'm independently wealthy in the first place. I don't have to depend on his money, but I like to. I like to spend his money. I like to use his muscles to build my wealth. I like him to go out here and make that money so I can do other things by working on myself. I can do other things by helping other women. I can do other things helping women level up. I can help other women connect with the provider so they can amplify and multiply their own wealth. So you don't know anything about this platform. You just made a comment. How to respond when they express you pleasure and frustration and you not giving them attention, especially if you want to see it. When they start complaining, you don't answer phone or text back. Although, you let them complain. Men are men. They're not babies. We don't have to treat them like babies. A person can complain doesn't mean we have to give them a response. Let them complain. That's actually a part of creating that man being illogical about you and emotional about you. Let him complain. You let him do his thing. Let him talk. It doesn't mean that you have to give him a response. It doesn't mean that you have to pour into it or allow him to continue to complain. And if I were you, I would skip over the complaining and get straight to, okay, so what are we doing? Like, what's next? Like, I'm not going to encourage a grown man to act like a fucking baby. I'm going to encourage him to come up with a solution. Because that's his job. That's what he should be doing. He should be solving, not complaining. But men do get into that state where they do complain. I'm not going to ever tell you that you're not going to have a masculine provider complain to you. Your job, though, is to encourage him to say, what's next? You can listen. You can be empathetic, but you don't pour into that. You don't want to give that any more air. You don't want to encourage him to complain more. Ask him, what's next? Encourage him to say, hey, what's next? I know you got this. They fighting over men that wouldn't pour water on them if they're on fire. Whitney, when I tell you, that's what they're doing. The girls are fighting. The girls are fighting, and they're constantly fighting over men. That's the reason why we don't have, and I haven't seen too many fights where men are fighting over women because they don't have to. Women are fighting over men. And it is disgusting. It is embarrassing. Not for me, for them, because I would never. Yeah, Jazz, you know what? Usually she would have got a kind response from me because it's not the first time I've had people come over, write a comment because for some reason they feel justified. They feel better because they have went out there and worked their fingers to the bone to have their resources. Well, guess what? My money spends like yours. You can't find a store that's not going to take my green just because I was able to earn mine by being his wife and you was able to earn yours by working and getting it out the mud. Our money spends the same. But there's some women who take pride in getting it out the mud. Baby, you get it out the mud. Continue to do you. Find a platform that encourages that. I just don't. They would do it for me. He always stopped work to answer my calls or texts so he can get upset when I can't even call or text him back during the day. See, you're giving too much to him. Like, girl, you got things to do. You have a whole life, a whole world, everything, all the things that you have to do. Why are you He is definitely using your energy to up-level himself. That's the reason why he wants you available in the way that he wants you available. The thing is, he's not giving you anything in return for that. I wouldn't even be surprised if you start to experience physical symptoms from this, because this sounds like a drain. This sounds like a drain of energy. That's what it's doing. It's basically just pouring water down the drain. Their energy is going down the drain, it's going to him. And so I wouldn't be concerned about how he feels about that. If you take a break, you take a break. Give it a speech of you need to take a break and work on yourself. And right now, you're not in a place to date. And then just fall back. Stop answering all the phone calls. Fall back and start really legit work on yourself. Because this was done backwards. It's naive. About what we want, real men want to give you. They won't allow you to use your money. It's the way they show love and pump their chest. Yes, men fall in love more with the woman they got to take care of, the one versus the one that's working for him. Men fall in love with the women they have to help. They have to assist. They have to teach. They have to be there for them. Men fall in love with that woman. If men will fall in love with the women who are doing 50-50 with them, why is divorce rate higher when it's a percentage marriage? It's higher for a percentage marriage than the traditional one. It sounds like me, y'all can't keep y'all man. Maria, y'all can't keep y'all man. I can keep mine. And mine takes care of me and gives to me. A man loves a good challenge. They do. They don't want that to end. They don't want that to end at all. Man loves playing for points. Yes, he does. He loves playing for points. He loves a good challenge. He loves a good chase. He loves a good pursuit. But you all are making it so easy on him. And because you're going out here providing half of the resources for him. And since you're providing half of the resources for him, he doesn't have to work as hard. And then you're wondering why he doesn't feel as strongly about you. I wouldn't want to feel strongly about my brother. He's just my brother. He's not someone I'm in love with. He's just my brother. And that's what some of you are. You're the equivalent of a sibling. Y'all have a sibling marriage. Can you go over emotional connection content? Not sure if you have some of this strictly just yet. Yeah, I have. I'm constantly going over it. I'm still in that space of talking about you want to get an emotional response from a man so he can act illogically. And the only way that you're going to do that, you're going to stop trying to judge him for his past. You can judge him, but judge him privately. Judge him in your head. Don't go and tell him all about himself and the things he's done wrong in his past. That's not your business. Don't be debating him. Don't criticize him. Don't complain to him. If you want to complain to a man about him, complain to him to somebody else. Complain to him, to your girlfriend. Complain to him, to God. Take it to God, but don't take it to him. You want to create a space where he can just be himself. You want people overall, not just men. Everyone wants to be accepted. Everyone wants to be around someone who wholeheartedly accepts them for who they are. That's what they want. If you can give him that, you create that emotional response. See, the thing is, every man needs you for something. A lot of times, they're not even sure what that need is. That's the reason why you have to ask specific questions to figure out what he needs you for. Because when you figure out what he needs you for, then you can actually give him that, you can play to that need. But a lot of us don't know what a man needs us for. We think that it's just going to be your beauty. Yes, he loves your feminine energy. Yes, he loves how you look. But you need to know what he needs you for. Men are going to say dumb stuff during this phase. Don't get so offended that you can't see the bigger picture. Like I said before, some men are going to say something dumb. Like there may be a man that has a lot of resources. He has a lot of money. He may say something dumb as shit. Like, I want a woman who's just going to cook and make my life easier. That's what a man usually wants a woman for in the first place. Instead of you getting triggered about cooking and cleaning, figure out the how. Because guess what? Men don't care about the how. They don't care how it gets done as long as it gets done. You can figure out how to make it easy on yourself and just get it done. So you want to create a space where he can just be himself. 2, you want to figure out what he needs from you. Because every man needs something from a woman. A lot of men are they don't understand exactly what that is. That's the reason why you have to ask certain questions. You have to ask him certain questions. I have all of the questions in Energetically Feminine. If you don't have it, or if you're a member, go back to Queen Awakens Part 1 and Part 2. That gives you all the questions so you can figure out what that man needs. Because when you figure out what that man needs, it's easier to give it to him. He might even tell you what he needs, and he may not have a clear vision of what he needs, but don't be as concerned about that unless it's against your non-negotiables, unless it's against your morality. If it's something against your morality, like he needs, like he tell you, I need threesomes, and that's against your morality, then girl, just find another one. Trust me, Providermen are all around you. A lot of us just have to be able to open our eyes to be able to see them. A lot of us don't have the mindset to be with the Providerman anyway, and you may have to change that. Ask for help. Don't be scared. Don't be let go of this. I'm an independent woman and I know everything. I don't ever need any help. I don't need anybody to teach me anything. Girl, play into asking him for help, asking him to teach you something, asking for advice. Let him do that. The reason why that's so important, it makes them feel big. It makes them feel, it strokes their ego when they feel like they have someone that they can teach something or they can help. That's the reason why a man investing into a woman is so important, because he won't even truly fall in love with you to the level of being illogical if a man is not financially investing into you. And just because I said financially investing in you, don't get caught up on that. Don't get caught up on that, because a lot of us are not, you're not fucking pros. You don't know how to go into this conversation and let him feel you without jumping into the financial part. Because some of us are in places in life where we haven't created our stability. That's the reason why I encourage women to be stable. I'm not encouraging you to be, you don't have to be wealthy. You don't have to have a career. You don't have to do any of these things, but have stability. Create stability for yourself. So also you have an opportunity to be able to vet him properly. And then since you have that stability, you're not thirsty. You're not out here trying to get thirsty for cash. You're not out here focused on just the money. Because a lot of us have not been provided for because we're so thirsty, we focus on the money, and that turns him off. Men still want to be loved for themselves and not just being loved because they're ATM. It seems like something are not cultivating. They will start strong and then disappear around a month or so. Okay. I would have to know more what you're doing. I would have to know more what you're doing, because you're bringing them in. That's a step up, because some women are not even bringing providers in. Everyone's belief is tied to an experience. So arguing with them about their belief is pointless, because you can't take away the experience. You can't. And see, men, since men are illogical when they're in love, guess what? Their beliefs, their opinions will all change based off the woman that influences them. But y'all ain't ready for that. It'll all change. So you getting triggered and upset, unless this man say something real outlandish, like, hey, I don't believe in marriage, then that's not your man. I don't care what else he has going on, he's not your guy. Unless he says he don't want to get married, unless he says right out his lips, I'm not gonna provide, my woman's gonna work, we're gonna work, and that's the only, I'm not willing to work for a woman, she has to work also. Unless he's giving away clear things that's against what you're looking for in a man, then you let it go. Like, let it go. Stop getting so easily triggered by what men say and do. When men are fucking influenced by you, men create the world so that you can have some sense of security and safety. They don't care about the laws. That's the reason why some of them, to a certain degree, they're trying to get rid of them. We need good, healthy women with these men. Y'all don't understand how important it is for a feminine to be with a provider man, because we need these men we need them back in places that's going to advocate for us as women. But we have dropped the ball. We're trying to be them instead of be the woman. And so we've dropped the ball. And now we have these men coming in who's like, oh, they're equal. Let's create laws where everything is equal. And they're going to have to actually provide and work for themselves. And we're going to treat them like men. Like, that's so fucking stupid. Women have really fucked this up. Can you talk about body image, getting past securities from weight loss, body changes, of having kids? I feel like this stops me from wanting to date because I compare my body to other women. See, yeah, com- comparison is a thief of joy. So absolutely. See, the thing is, there's not a lot I can do in this live stream because that takes a lot of work to kind of change your image, your body image, and it's basically you have to change your self concept. You have to change how you view yourself so you can fall in love with yourself. And so there's no way I can guide you in this live stream. Like I think I have tons of content. If I have an inner circle member or a pedestal wife in here who can drop her maybe something that you know of that I've done that's going to help her, give her that advice because there's no way I can walk you through that because I've been through that also. I had 3 babies and I adopted one and my body changed. But I couldn't allow myself to become less confident because men love that confidence that women have. That helps them also be somewhat illogical when they are around a woman who's super confident. She doesn't get triggered by other women. She doesn't get into a competition with other women. Like she doesn't get in competition with other women. And so that's so important to this dynamic, to this process to land in a provider in 2024. Key 88 says mirror work. Yeah, that's absolutely a good idea. Doing some mirror work, sitting in front of the mirror, and just giving yourself love. Giving yourself love. Thanks so much for this tough love. I definitely need to step it up to attract my provider. Yes, because I have so many women, so many wonderful women, a part of this community from Pedestal Wives to Inner Circle members. They're ready for a provider, but you're holding yourself back. And I felt like it'd be best to do tough love because I've given you all a lot of mothering energy. But sometimes the mothering energy is not enough to get you to the next level. I've done a lot of self-concept work, but I have to keep digging into it. Thank you. I have a lot of free content on my page. Dig into that. Because if you don't, if that's not working, get into membership. I guarantee you, once you go to membership, you won't go back. Any of the women who's a part of membership, let her know. You're going to come in with a different self-concept. Or shadow work. Yes, absolutely. But you want him to be illogical about you. You want this man to see you. And even if you don't fit into every little box that he thought he would have as a wife, you want him to wife you. Like, y'all have to think about all the women. And I suggest you start looking. This is going to help you with self-concept and realizing there's providers out there. There are men who are illogical about women. Start looking around for women who kind of married men that they shouldn't have been with, that they didn't qualify for. Because that's what we look for when we look at it from a logical perspective. We look at it, oh, she shouldn't have been able to get that man because of her past, or she shouldn't be able to get that man because of her looks, or she shouldn't be able to get that man because of her finances. Some of y'all think like that, and that's the reason why some of you don't have a provider right now. That's the reason why you're going to continue to get it out the fucking mud because you believe that you have to earn as much or do as much as him. And men that are providers, we don't have to do that. We don't have to do that at all. And a man will provide for you. But we have to change our mindset, our self-concept, the way that we operate. Men, and this also helps you to bring that thing that's in your imagination to your reality. When you truly do believe that providers are all around you and all you have to do is make a choice. Get out of those echo chambers who are teaching you the opposite of this, and you'll have more success. Don't forget to like this video. One of many ways to appreciate these gems. Yes, if you want more of something like this, you got to like it because I will have to be putting myself out differently when I normally don't. I ain't gonna tell you I'm gonna be cursing like a sailor or anything, but I can definitely give you some more content that's more fierce feminine. And yes, cursing is still feminine. It may go against etiquette, but it's still feminine the way I express myself because I'm expressing myself in that moment with my true emotions. You're getting genuine emotions from me, not a robot. Like I'm truly frustrated. I truly care. And sometimes I get on myself like, why do I care? Like I have my happy ever after. but then I still care. How much time should you give a man to prove himself before you move on? A man should immediately come on the scene proving himself. See, there's no issue of time. You should be looking at as though, ask yourself one question, and this should do it for you. Is my life changing for the better? If your life isn't changing with him in it, then he hasn't proven himself. He hasn't done anything to earn you. It's not about time. It's more about seeing your life change before your eyes. You want to see yourself being more secure. You want to see yourself up leveling in your life all around you. That's what you want to see. Fuck time. Time doesn't exist. I love this. I'm going to join a membership soon. Maybe that will be a Christmas gift to myself. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to love the membership. Yes, Braille is like the mom I never had helping us to get married in 2024. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm not acting very mommy-like today. Like, you're getting the other side of the feminine. Y'all have to realize the feminine is not only sunny and happy and joyous, she can also be super assertive. She can also be like a storm. She can also speak up for herself. And you're hearing frustration from me right now. So many women have quit the mentoring women sector because it's frustrating, breaking through women's egos. So I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart for fighting for us. And I'm going to continue. You know why? Because I have a love for women. And I know, honestly, and it benefits me too. Like, I'm going to be honest. I do things because I love you all, but I also do things because it benefits me. It benefits me as a feminine woman for more feminine women to attach themselves to provider men. Why? Because we need more men advocating for women. We need more men advocating for women to be stay-at-home mothers and wives. We need more men putting in laws to protect women. We need more men standing up for women's rights. We need more men doing that. And only men are going to do that if they feel illogical about women, if they feel emotional about women. But if they continue to look at women as though that we are their peers, another man, they're not going to want to do that for us. Women don't understand that. Y'all think y'all can fight fire with fire. That's not what we're going to operate when it comes to lending this provider. We're going to be the best woman that we can be and let him be the best man that he can be. So yes, I do have a motive for wanting women to get married to high quality provider men, because I know the more that you're showing up in his life, because men get sick without us. They get lonely without us. They get in a depressive state without women. So the more that men are in depressive states, the more that they want to lash out at women, the more they want to harm women. So and me doing this, I'm literally protecting my girls, because I have 2 young women going in the world. I'm protecting my girls too on the other end of this. Women don't understand how important the feminine is in the world that we currently have. You all think it's just looking pretty, talking pretty, and being pretty. There's so much more to the feminine than that. The feminine has an effect on men that masculine women would never have on men. Men know how to go and talk to a masculine woman on a logical way. Men come and talk to a feminine woman in an illogical way, because they're emotional about us. And them being emotional about us, and then we bring them to our sides and to our cause. Now they're out here marching for us. Now they're out here putting laws to protect us. Now they're doing everything they can to create communities and places that are safe for us. See, y'all don't understand the bigger picture. I'm looking at the bigger picture. It may not seem like it. Y'all may be like, oh, she's just talking to women to get them in relationship. I understand the power of a woman being on the arm of a provider man. That woman that you all ignored, that's being a stay-at-home mother and wife, she whispered to her ear and in the ear of her husband about some of the rights of women. And he started being influenced by that. And he went out there trying to advocate for her, to make sure that she gets those conveniences that other women don't have. That is what that's what I'm really doing. That's the bigger picture. Now you're hip to my game. I'm fucking smart. I'm telling you, I'm fucking smart. I understand the bigger picture in things. And most women are not operating from the bigger picture. The more you keep trying to work like a man and be his peer and provide 50% of the finances for him, the more men are going to start putting in laws that's not going to advocate for women. You already see that happening because we're equal. And men use that excuse when they want to tell us that why should they advocate for us? Because they say we're equal. There's a bigger picture to this. There's a bigger picture than this. And y'all got to understand what men's role are. Their role is to advocate for women. Their role is to stand between you and the environment, you and the community, you in harm. Men are meant to stand guard and be our shield. But women are not using them as such. You want to stand by him and you want to be the shield. And now we have stuff that's popping up everywhere, and you can see it happening in the world where men are not even advocating for women anymore. We're equal. I want equity. I don't care about equal. Fuck it. Because I know that when men take on their role and position in the world, they're going to advocate to protect me anyway. And I'm teaching you this. Thank you, Daisy, for that great review. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. That part about whispering in his ear, I see that. Yes, women that are stay-at-home mothers and wives that are married to high-powered producers, high-quality men, they talk about certain situations, and men are influenced by those situations. And then they go and advocate for us. They become our shield. And that's what we're losing. We're losing our shields. We're losing the men that advocate for women. Now men are looking at us as though they're our peers, when men should be illogical about us. When was the last time you've seen a man fight over a woman? Have you seen it? I haven't. It used to be a common occurrence back in the day, maybe about 15 years ago. 15 years ago, it was a common occurrence to be able to see a man fight over a woman. Men were fighting over women. Now I see women disgracing themselves and fighting over men. I think I'm back. Yeah. I think y'all just watched me get back in my body. And no more. I'm done. I don't have anything else to add to this. I mean, we could, if you all like it and you like this video and you comment on the video, I'll keep it up and I'll add to it. Because one of my goals is to see more women with provider men. Are you going to keep this up? If not, can you do a recap? I can't guarantee anything about keeping it up because it's a whole nother side. Some people aren't ready for this side. And I can't do a recap. That's impossible. This is what I'm suggest you do. If you go ahead and while I'm live right now, go back on the video. Just go back on the video and it will continue to play. Even when I'm not live. It would look like I'm live, but I'm not live anymore. Okay? Just go back on the video. Don't stay right here at this moment. Go back and watch the entire video. That's going to help you a whole lot better than if I try to recap everything I've said, because I've said a lot. And Bethany said, yes, I loved it. This was a beautiful live, much needed. Absolutely. Like, comment, and we'll see if we can do some more. Because honestly, I feel like I haven't even said enough about, I can literally probably do a part 2 because of how much information I have of what women need to know. You answered my prayers today. You're welcome. Thank you so much. That helps. That makes it worth it. That makes it worth it, especially me leaving it up, because some parts of me don't want to leave it up. I want to literally just take it down and put it in membership immediately, because this is a video that I would normally just do in private and not in public. But I might leave it up. Let's see if it's appreciated. Then I'll leave it up and see how it goes from now. Women need to understand that when a man is met with competition, it's game on. I had a job that's mainly men, and most of them would not help me. They made me prove myself. I had to get out of there. Yes, yes. The thing is, men are so used to what it is and how women are bringing 50% of everything that now they're starting to try to treat women who are feminine the same. The thing is, a lot of us have to refuse to assimilate. We have to refuse to do anything differently than how we would carry ourselves as a feminine woman. And yes, you had to get out of there, but the next time you encounter that situation, refuse to compete. Refuse to compete. Show up as yourself. The thing is, will it affect your job? Possibly, but it may open up other opportunities for you, because I think a lot of us forget feminine energy is being requested in the corporate world. They're looking for it. They're desiring it. Why? The more women that are in corporation, the more money that they make. Why is that? Feminine energy. Feminine energy is abundance. So the more women that they have, the more that they're going to be able to get the skills, in essence, that the things that women bring. And corporations want that. They do. They're looking for it. They're looking for feminine leadership. They're looking for women who know how to collaborate, women who have empathy, women who are intuitive. They're looking for all the skills of feminine energy and the desire to have it. So you could, if that situation happens, just switch into the feminine and see, it will help. It's going to help overall. It may not help with your numbers. It depends on what type of job you have, but it's going to help overall. Great video, great live. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, so I don't have anything else to add. And I think we've already been here an hour and 46 minutes. Like, that's the longest video I've ever done live. Maybe I've done workshops longer than this, but live, I've never done anything longer than an hour normally. And I appreciate the Pedestal Wife and Inner Circle members for being here. I appreciate your support so much. Make sure you take time to like the video. And if you're watching the replay, make sure you leave a comment. That's going to help the video to be seen on the algorithm, because more women need to connect and have a provider in 2024. And I will see you all on the next one. You all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.